another bright idea from the Allan government here in Victoria. Now, I know you're a raging greenie, so you'll accept this. You're not going to be allowed to use compostable plastic bags in your bin. The government wants you to use paper bags to put food waste in. Now, how do you reckon, James, that's going to go with the Friday night leftovers of the Rogan Josh in a paper bag come tomorrow morning?
And Steve, I think it's a miracle that people can even do their garbage and their recycling these days. There's that many bins. In Sydney, we've got councils with 4 bins. And is it any wonder that in Victoria, they're now saying there's a massive problem with contamination because people can't figure out what food, what product to put in what bin. And this happens over and over again. It's getting far too complicated for people to keep up with. For the record, I don't mind the paper bags at the supermarkets now. I think I've warmed to them. I know they do that in New York and other parts of the world, but I think it's a great bit of irony that you put plastic items, every other item in the supermarkets is wrapped in plastic, into a paper bag because someone's getting a pat on the back for saving the planet.
Yeah, Gary, you ask yourself how they're actually going to police this, but then I remember that there's actually bin police that go around the streets lifting up the lids and seeing what you've put in there, then putting a sticker on the bin saying we won't come back and pick this up if you keep breaking the law, mate.
Yeah, look, and you just know that it's just numpty's got a numpty. Governments love to admire problems, so creating more gives them more to do. And frankly, Steve, I wish government would just get the hell out of our lives. There's nothing wrong with the plastic containers. Who wants to use paper straws again? I thought we got rid of them when I was a kid, but they're back again. And they've replaced them with steel straws. I mean, they're stabbing items. I mean, everywhere you turn, numpties just have to numpty. That's what's going on, Steve.
Well, they can't fix the potholes in the road. Now they can't even work out the bloody bins and what you should put your garbage in. I mean, seriously. Hey, James, that magnificent building in Sydney, the Crown Barangaroo building, the penthouse has gone back on the market. And of us three, probably only Gary could afford it. The price has been slashed by $10 million and new agents appointed. They say they want the place sold by Christmas. Who's in the market to buy that? How much will it go for? $80 million, they reckon.
Yeah, I know for a fact that these apartments there's no one in Sydney with a 20% deposit that is looking to pick this apartment up before Christmas with a first home buyer's grant. These are largely driven by foreign investment. They've acknowledged that. The good news is, if you want to get it for $10 million off, the description is incredible. I think you've got a 300-bottle wine cellar. There's direct access to the Sydney Harbour foreshore. There's a butler's pantry, so I assume you've got to bring your own butler as well. But certainly, yeah, I mean, maybe this is a sign that the Sydney housing market is slowing down at long last.
James, you and I know a couple of blokes who could probably afford that. I'm not naming any names. James Willison, Gary Hargrave, thank you very much for joining us.